name is Marlon Gino-Gino from Symantec, and I'll be spending another 20 minutes or 30 minutes of your time today. And hopefully after my session, I'll be able to provide you insights on how we can basically protect data information once we adopt cloud applications or cloud environment. As we move on to cloud application or cloud environment, as an individual or as an organization, we have the responsibility to check and see and understand what are the shift in the visibility and control paid as the users connect from outside the perimeter. We also need to understand what are the key threat vectors to cloud applications. So once we adopt cloud applications, what are the key vectors or threat vectors that we need to look at. And we also need to understand that it is the responsibility of the organization to protect the user, the activity, and the data that actually resides on the cloud environment. And we need to understand what are the key considerations for managing the risk at the cloud application, the cloud scale. Basically, we have like 5 Ks on when adopting cloud applications. Firstly, we need to know the value of your data and who has access to those data. We need to know where your data is and who is protecting your data and how whether the data is protected in the cloud environment. In the cloud-connected world, can you answer these questions, these 5 Ks or know-hows on the cloud environment? Understand the shift in the visibility and control plane as users connect from outside the perimeter. As we know, users are actually accessing cloud applications, and we need to understand what type of information users are accessing from cloud. What information is being stored and outsourced from the infrastructure or to the cloud infrastructure. And who or what is shifting information outside of the company. Does it contain sensitive data information such as PCI or PII information? Does the data going out contains sensitive, marketing sensitive information? So those are the things that we need to look at when adopting cloud applications. So what's basically the consideration for visibility plane pre-cloud? So 10 years or 15 years ago, only 7 or 15% of applications are being accessed from the cloud environment. Most of the time, emails or file sharing information are being accessed on-prem. Users, remote users, or branch office users needs to connect to a VPN connection in order to access sensitive data information. According to CIO report, at least more than 100 cloud applications are being accessed from the internal network without the knowledge of the IT or the administrators or the security analysts. And right now, what would be the considerations in cloud generation in terms of accessing cloud applications? Right now, when you look at users' behaviors or users' activity, 100% of emails or file sharing information are being accessed on the cloud application. And you as an individual or part of an organization or a security practitioner, you need to have the authority or the visibility into those users' activities. So right now, when you look at the cloud environment, users from branch offices, users from remote users are now accessing cloud applications very easily. Even if they're on the coffee shop, they can access their email or file sharing. So what are the key threats vectors to these workloads for our users? As mentioned during the presentation this morning, there are at least 10 threats to consider when adopting cloud applications. There are data breaches, data loss, DDoS attacks, account hacking, malicious insiders. These are the threat vectors that you need to consider when adopting cloud applications. Insufficient due diligence, malware, and phishing attacks are part of the 10 cloud security threats that we need to consider. So what is the organization's responsibility, and is it possible to leverage existing investments? Or is it there's a need to shift budget along these workloads? Once you adopt cloud application or cloud environment, it's basically a shared responsibility. You as a company, as an organization, has the responsibility to secure or protect the data from your users, the activity, and the information that resides in the cloud application. Cloud service providers will only provide you the platform and some basic security. But as a company, as I mentioned, you need to secure the data information once you access the cloud or cloud environment. So if users are accessing from internet cafes, from home, or from branch offices, we need to provide security and protections to those users and the activity that they're doing on the cloud application. So what part can identity play to the risk the move in workloads outside the perimeter? One of the examples that I have here is from a phishing attack that happened 2014 or 2016. John Podesta is actually the chairman of the Hillary Clinton campaign, and in what may be the world's most famous phishing attack, the Gmail account of John Podesta was compromised. According to the FBI, discrete phishing email sent to campaign Chairman John Podesta's email address on March 2016, after 2016. And if you look at the anatomy of the target phishing attack, the email was crafted to appear as though it actually originated from an official Gmail admin account. The branding looks okay or consistent. There's a Google logo and a Shield logo. And the email is addressed to the recipient. And it appears to be a well-crafted email. So what's the lesson learned here? You need, as best practice, when opening up an email, we need to hover or to the link to do or to view the actual link or URL. So at first glance, the domain appears to be my account google.com, but if you take a closer look, the actual URL redirected you to my account google.com security setting page. So basically, there's no malware or exploits needed to perform this attack. Instead, it's just a simple social engineering that was used to obtain the password for the podcast. So basically, we need to make sure that the password we use for online accounts, such as cloud applications, are unique and strong. And do not reuse passwords for multiple accounts. Enable, as much as possible, we need to enable two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. So what are the key considerations for managing risk at cloud scale? We basically live in a world where individuals have multiple devices and are basically accessing from everywhere. And especially the proliferation of cloud applications. People are taking advantage of all these resources to work efficiently and more conveniently. Which means they are adopting lots of cloud applications and using whatever devices to access the apps or the applications and wherever and wherever they may be. This means there will be company data, some of which are very sensitive or confidential, being saved or shared in the cloud environment. And it's actually moving back and forth between cloud applications. And it actually represents data exposure. We also know that bad actors are actually targeting cloud applications or cloud accounts to steal credentials and hijack sessions or hack accounts directly on the internet. These are basically some of the paths to infiltrate an organization. So as an individual or part of an organization, we need to rethink on how we secure the perimeter, or we may want to replicate the security posture on our on-prem devices or environment into the cloud. So at least you must have shadow ID or shadow data visibility into those cloud. Changing the frame, setting the reality, what would be the minimum protection required when adopting our application? So we need to have a baseline ready, or if we already have a baseline already defined within the environment, and we need to think or check how much info should be stored on the cloud environment. What happens when a failure occurs? What would be the remediation process that we need to look into? And then continuing into the intellectual property, we need to understand who owns the information, what's the value and why, where should be the info resides within the cloud environment, and who owns the response to the incident. So basically, what is the extent of your organization's current exposure? When adopting cloud application, you must at least have the shadow IT risk assessment done within the environment and the shadow data that comes with it. For shadow IT, we need to understand the analytics on your cloud applications, what are the risks and the compliance associated with this. What are the application usage anomalies across the organization. For shadow data, we need to understand what are the external or public exposures in terms of accessing to our application. So for shadow IT or cloud application visibility, basically, we need to understand as an organization what are the applications being accessed from the internal network going on. What are the activities of the users in terms of accessing the cloud environment. And then for shadow data, we need to understand what are the risks when adopting a cloud-specific application. You need to define granular policies around it, and you need to enforce the control as soon as the users access the cloud application. So in general, once adopting cloud applications, you need to have a security in place to make sure that you have the visibility into the users, the activity, and the data. Thank you very much.
There you have it. Thank you very much. Mr. Gino-Gino from Symantec.
Okay, sir, please introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Marlon Gino-Gino from Symantec Philippines. Basically, I'm handling the cloud security portfolio for Symantec.
Wow, so you are one of the sponsors also.
Yes, we're actually one of the sponsors.
Kamusta, sir? What can you say about the event?
So,
First time and very successful.
Yes, as I told Ryan, successful yung event and hopefully every year gagawin na natin yun.
Tapos, what can you say about this cloud security? Not all the people aware that there is
Yes,
like this.
yun yung isa pang kagandahan. No? So, by doing this kind of event on an annual basis, we can provide insights on how the cloud security solutions in the market today. Do sa mga end users.
And how Symantec and Cloud Security Alliance join force to help the Filipino
So
people?
basically for Symantec, it's one of the biggest cybersecurity vendors in the market today. And by combining the solutions per se ni Symantec with the CSA organizations, we can actually bring more informations and solutions sa mga end users.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.